Yeah. I know you guys hate it, but I'm a sad boy today. He's finally calling it quits. Saw it coming, not surprised, but just officially hearing the words out of his mouth. Well, not out of his mouth, but you know what I'm talking about. Drew Brees retiring, y'all. The run has come to an end. Although this last season was a shaky one because of comments, the point of the matter was Drew Brees was one of the main focal points for a team that I had cheered on for a long time. I've told the story many times. I became a Saints fan because of Aaron Brooks. Those who do not remember Aaron Brooks, this is Aaron Brooks. But along the way, Aaron Brooks only played for the season that I had watched, like I started watching. And then lo and behold, we brought in a guy named Drew Brees, and the rest was history. I was a huge Drew Brees fan ever since. I knew the era was coming to an end when the Saints finally cut Thomas Morstead. That was the moment that hurt. I was like, if Tommy Morstead is getting cut, then Drew Brees is next. I know none of you guys care about this because a lot of you guys are probably Giants and Jets fans. So you guys are like, CK, no one gives a crap. Who cares, man? I lost Eli. I don't care about your life. And Jets fans like, yo, I ain't never had a quarterback. It hurts, man. Jameis come back, bro. As much as I love Taysom Hill is not my number one. He's not my number one. Let him be the utility knife. My boy Jameis Winston, I want him to come back in, have his revenge season with Shawnee P, and run it back. But we'll see what happens. But yeah, shout out to Drew Brees, man. All right, enough of that. Just had to get out of the way because you guys are going to ask about the hat, so I had to get it out from the top. But enough of that. Today is a big day. Today is the day that the two teams of New York, even though it's the one team of New York and the other guys are trying to be the team in New York, but I'll play along with you guys. The two teams in New York, the Brooklyn Nets come out to face the New York Knicks, or the New York Knicks go out to face the Brooklyn Nets. Now, here's the thing. I need some updates, okay? If you're going to the game tonight, please let me know in the comment section below, because I know Brooklyn, the Nets are only letting in, 200, 300 fans in their little ritzy-pitsy, pantsy stadium. So how many of you guys are going to this game? I need this stadium to be blued out. So whenever I hear the Brooklyn chants, it better be coming from their little audio thing, and it ain't coming from no fans, because we got to let them know who run New York. I don't care if they beat the brakes off of us tonight by 30 points. We know who runs the Knicks. New York. The Knicks. I need the Knicks to win the game, especially after a good game against Oklahoma City. But let's talk about what to expect tonight. Run the intro. What's going on, CK Crew? Your boy CK2K here. Welcome back to another video, guys. If you haven't already, make sure you subscribe to the channel, hit that notification bell. Do not forget to like this video. People, we got a big game today. Oh, we got a big game today. Today is our first nationally televised game. I don't count NBA TV because I don't think everybody has NBA TV, but we played a few NBA TV games. I think we're like undefeated on NBA TV. I think we played the Pacers, the Thunder, the Celtics, and we won all those games on NBA TV. I could be wrong, but this is the first nationally televised game for us this season. We got a few of them to end out the season because we're finally getting some respect. We are 20-19 going up against this Brooklyn Nets squad that will be without Kevin Durant. So hopefully that gives us a shot, because he's the one of the three that I'm scared of the most. Kyrie Irving has been playing really well. Let me stop being so disrespectful. Kyrie Irving and James Harden are good players. I just hate that they play for that stupid team. But let's hope that our defense can trump their lack of defense, okay? We have a shot. If you don't believe we have a shot tonight, I'm here to tell you we have a shot. The Brooklyn Nets are the team that they are right now. They are a few games out of being the first overall seed, right behind the Philadelphia 76ers. This, that, and the third. They're playing solid basketball as of right now, but I still believe our New York Knicks can stand a chance tonight, especially with how we've been playing this year, because our calling card is defense, and theirs is not defense. This is offense. If our defense trumps their offense, we should be good tonight. Hopefully. But there's a lot of things that I'm looking forward to in tonight's game. And one of the big things is I can't wait to see RJ Barrett and Julius Randle step up against those guys across the borough, because for many reasons. Pride. I want to see, because the Knicks have been playing with a lot of pride this season. So I want to see the pride that comes from these two leaders, because once it comes from them, it goes down for the rest of the team. We've seen that. So if these two guys go out there and have good games, especially after both of them having tremendous games against the Oklahoma City Thunder. I understand it's Oklahoma City. I get it. But at the same time, momentum is also key. You put a snowball at the top of a mountain, it rolls down the hill and it gets bigger and bigger. At least that's what it does in cartoon. We do know that this is a tough schedule. We also have to be mindful of the back-to-back that the Knicks face. This is probably one of the toughest back-to-backs I think any team has had in this season. We have the #1 Philadelphia 76ers coming up tomorrow after we play against number 2 Brooklyn Nets tonight. Crazy back-to-back that we have to face, but I really feel like this is something that a storm that we can possibly weather. You hear optimistic CK coming out, you hear all the optimism coming out. This is me hoping. I'm trying to hype you guys up. Last thing y'all need for me to do is come in here and be like, yeah, well, the Knicks are playing the Nets tonight. Probably gonna be a loss. Then we got the Sixers tomorrow. Probably gonna be a loss. And just like that, our record is going to be the year 2021. Let me be real. Our team only go as far as what our defense is for tonight. RJ Barrett and Julius Randle will then be number 2, in my opinion, on what leads this team to a victory tonight. With that being said, I'm expecting Blake Griffin to make his debut tonight. I mean, I don't know why he didn't make his debut in their last game, but I'm expecting him to make his debut tonight. That'd be fun to see him and Julius Randle going at it. And RJ Barrett's going to be going out there against none other than his guy, James Harden. The lefties are going to be facing off. But then also, too, I do want to see how our bench unit goes out there and plays against their bench unit. As of right now, I'm trying to check and see what the injury report is looking like, but I don't know if we're getting Derrick Rose back yet, because he did have an unfortunate situation within his family, and that's why he wasn't able to play for us and with us in the last game. Not sure what's going on with Elfrid Payton. Not sure what's going on with Frank Ntilikina. Do we start quickly tonight and let Elfrid Payton or let Frank Ntilikina come off the bench, or do we see Frank Ntilikina start again with Immanuel Quickley coming up there? But you know what I mean. Our 2-point guard situation tonight, as of right now, as much as I know, is Immanuel Quickley and Frank Ntilikina. And what's the lineups looking like? And who knows? Maybe put Frank Ntilikina out there and we see what we get out of him defensively. A lot of people are mailing in the Frank Ntilikina is a point guard bandwagon. Whatever the case may be, Frank Ntilikina needs to have a better start in today's game than he did against the Spurs and the Thunder if he is to start again in tonight's game. But like I said, odds are against us in tonight's game strictly off of record. But all I know is that the New York Knicks are going to be no walk in the park. I'm a little worried because it's a nationally televised game and it's in the hands of ESPN. So we're going to have to hear everything they're going to have to say. That's going to be absolutely no fun. But let's get into that game. And I'm excited to see how the Knicks come out against the Brooklyn Nets. Also, I will be post-game yet again over on Knicks Fan TV. So I can't wait to see you guys over there. Shout out to Knicks Fan TV. Shout out to CP. Shout out to Ash. A lot of fun. All right, now let's talk about these trade rumors, because I woke up this morning and for whatever reason, the Knicks are still in the talks for Andre Drummond. And what I thought was going to be a 2-team race between the Lakers and the Nets on who's going to land Andre Drummond, the good old Knicks, we have entered the chat when it comes to the Drummond conversation. Now, this isn't new. We knew that the Knicks were already in the talks to get Andre Drummond, though a lot of us, including myself, weren't fans of it. Now, here's what I want to say real quick. When I say I'm not a fan of us going for Andre Drummond, it's the initial thought of us trading for Andre Drummond. I know if we brought Andre Drummond to this team, he would help us out. But at the same time, it's what I'm thinking about is the haul it would take to get Andre Drummond. It seems like it would be a bit over the top to get Andre Drummond. I don't see how we get Andre Drummond without giving up anybody that's named RJ Barrett, Julius Randle, Mitchell Robinson, or first overall pick. First overall pick is probably one of my favorite players of those names that I just listed. I just don't see how we go about doing that unless we're flipping it for the first overall pick. I don't know. Maybe the Knicks know that, you know what, if we get him, our trajectory would put us into the playoffs. Future tense. I'm not saying that they're in that. I'm just saying future tense. So they're thinking that, you know, it's going to be a lower pick anyways. We already have a lot of picks in this draft. I don't know. I don't know what the thought process would be if they do ultimately decide to move that pick to get Andre Drummond. I just don't understand the affection for what he's going to bring this current team right now. I don't understand it, because then what happens to Mitchell Robinson? Is Mitchell Robinson supposed to be our backup then? I don't understand it. I don't understand it. This makes no sense to me when I feel like there's other names that we should be focusing on. Lonzo Ball. So I don't understand why this is the move that we're going after. And again, this is no shot at Andre Drummond. I just don't understand the dynamic of what this team would be bringing in Andre Drummond for what we have right now. We don't have a need for another starting center. We have a need at depth at center for sure. But then when Mitchell Robinson comes back, what's that situation going to look like? Are we planning on flipping Mitchell Robinson? Is there more to his injury that we need to know? I don't know. I just feel like this is a nightmare in the waiting, excuse me. if we bring in Andre Drummond alongside Mitchell Robinson. I don't know. I'm taking this with a grain of salt because in all the articles, and especially coming from Shams, who Shams is the one that reported that the Knicks have joined the Lakers and the Brooklyns as teams that are interested. But whenever you're reading any of these articles, you're reading the insider stuff or whatever the case may be, whoever you're reading from, all the talk is coming from the Nets and what they're possibly going to give up, and the Lakers and what they're willing to give up, and this, that, and the third, and the Knicks never really come up. So I don't know if our name's just in the hat. I don't know if our name's just out there just to cause up controversy and cause up conversation. I don't know. But I'm having a hard time understanding this one. To me, if we are making any kind of semi-big dive into the trade market right now, the only player to me that makes the most sense is someone like Lonzo Ball, because I don't feel like we have to give up a lot. We're going to have to give up a sizable amount, but we're not going to have to give up a lot. If we are giving up a pick, I don't feel like it has to be this year's pick to get him. I feel like with Lonzo, you can give up guys like Kevin Knox, Austin Rivers, if you have to give up Burks, if you have to give up Bullock. Like, you can give up one of those guys, or a few of those guys, excuse me, along with like a 2022 pick or a 2024 pick. Like, we can do something like that, and that would be enough to get Lonzo Ball. Drummond is going to take a huge haul to get, so I just don't understand the thought process here. Maybe this is a smoke screen while the Knicks are behind the scenes on the phone with the Pelicans. But here it comes with this Andre Drummond stuff. I don't know. Not a fan of it. What do you guys think in the comments below? Should the Knicks go after Andre Drummond? What is it going to take to get Andre Drummond? Please let me know in the comments below. And this is a perfect plug for the Discord. Please join the Discord if you haven't already. We do have a new trade machine chat room where you are able to go to the trade machine that's linked in there, put in whatever trade you think that's going to go in, and let it be known and let it be discussed within the CK crew. A lot of conversations there. We got a hot take tab. We have a lot of fun over on the Discord, so join the Discord. Links in the description below. Nice little plug there. Last but not least, but since we're talking about the trade deadline, I do want to rehash one more time that the Knicks don't need to be aggressive this trade deadline. And this is specifically when it comes to talk like this for a trading for Andre Drummond. I do want to rehash my initial statement that I've made in several videos and even recently over on Knicks Fan TV. The Knicks don't need to make any big trades. Now, I know I'm going to keep talking about the Lonzo Ball trade till I'm blue in the face. I just truly believe that we need to make a trade for him so we can have his rights, because I just don't think that going after him in free agency is going to be that simple. Like I just mentioned, I feel like the haul to get Lonzo Ball, though it will be a little steep, it will be a lot more affordable than if we're going for an Andre Drummond, a Zach LaVine, like whoever the player that you guys are thinking that the Knicks should go after for. I think that's going to be a lot more steep of an ask than going after a Lonzo Ball at the trade deadline. I'm also a big fan of making no trades or minimal trades, if that, like flipping an Austin Rivers to get us a nice little piece that can help us on this run if we are to make it into the postseason. Like, make a little move. We don't need to go for the big trade in this trade deadline. I do hear the argument that the Knicks need to continue to be aggressive because the last thing we want to do is be just a run-of-the-mill middle team, because what's that really going to do for us? It's almost as bad as losing if we're just in the middle and we're never progressing, going up. But at this point in where we are right now in our trajectory of the rebuild, there's nothing wrong with being in the middle right now, especially when some of these guys we're talking about are going to be free agents, unrestricted free agents. I know people, but Lonzo are going to be free. No, he's a restricted free agent. So I just feel like it doesn't make sense to make any of these trades for guys like Victor Oladipo or Evan Fournier is another one I'm seeing. We just got to tread lightly with what we do at this deadline, because like I said, keep the main thing the main thing. I understand we want to make the P word, talking to you, Tom Thibodeau, but at the same time, we are in such a perfect spot as the Knicks right now. A win-win situation. We make it to the postseason. Knicks fans are excited. We get to see what the Knicks can do in the postseason. We become more attractive because we have a very solid foundation, so other players want to come and join us. That helps us out in the long run. That's a win. And hell, we still get 2 picks in the draft. And it's still a win conversation if we miss the postseason. If we play in the play-in tournament and we so happen to lose and we fall to the 9th seed, guess what happens next? Our pick suddenly becomes a lottery pick, and who knows what could happen. We pick at 14, or maybe it jumps up a few spots. It's a win-win situation. Maybe we get 2 lottery picks if the Mavericks just barely miss the playoffs. They're playing good basketball right now, but who knows? win situation. So don't be too aggressive in this trade deadline. Not this year, at least. Not for what you're trying to get at. Andre Drummond, I don't understand what happens with Mitchell Robinson then in the future. I don't know. There's just so many questions with that. I don't know. But that's just my opinion. I'm really curious to hear what you guys have to say. Do we buy in more in this trade deadline? Do we go after that Zach LaVine trade right now? Andre Drummond right now? Lonzo Ball right now? What is your thoughts in the comments below about everything mentioned in this video? And what do you think is going to be the result of tonight's game against the Brooklyn Nets? Speak up now, forever hold your peace in the comment section down below. But if you haven't already, make sure you subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell. Do not forget to like this video and join the CK Crew membership. Little join button down there at the bottom. And all of you guys who have continued to support, all the little bit that you guys have been pitching to the channel, it all goes back to the channel. That is a promise. All of this that you guys have given is being saved so we can up our production quality. So thank you guys so much. Continue to support the channel. Continue to support your boy. It's been your boy CK. I'm gonna catch you guys in the next one. Let's get it. I'm out of here, y'all. Knicks versus Nets. I'll see you guys post game on Knicks Fan TV. I'm out of here. And peace.
Feeling like I won the lotto. Always taking trips with a new chick, asking where the time goes. And I